The Avengers radio series, a cultural phenomenon in South Africa back in the 1970s. South Africa was a country with no national television service. It wasn't until 1976 that the country would get its first taste of television broadcasts. But before that, radio was the primary medium of entertainment and information for the masses. This was the context when The Avengers, a British spy FI series, made its debut on South African radio and became a cultural phenomenon. The Avengers was a British television series that originally aired from 1961 to 1969. The show revolved around the adventures of John Steed, a suave and sophisticated secret agent, and his various female associates. The series was a unique blend of traditional spy thriller elements with science fiction and fantasy, which set it apart from other shows of its time. While the series was hugely popular in the UK and had also made a significant impact in the American markets, being one of the rare British series given a network transmission slot, it was virtually unknown in South Africa. This was primarily due to the lack of a national television service in the country until 1976. However, as a film series, The Avengers was able to gain some exposure in South Africa through film rentals. But it was the launch of the radio series that truly brought The Avengers to the masses in South Africa. Come and listen at www.myclassicradio.net.
Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present...
Bob Elliott.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now, Bob Elliott and Ray Goulding present the CBS Radio Network. And welcome back to the Bob and Ray Show. And
Whoopee!
Thank you, Pierre. A real swinging introduction. Running wild, yes, sir. 15 minutes or so. We're going to be running wild here. Quiet down, everybody. Thank you. We'll be running wild indeed at the old Bob and Ray Show. We have, for instance, coming along Bob Elliott, or Gulliott, as I said earlier.
I know. Well, you were cut there, and I thought we ought to clear that up.
There was a microphone problem. I think I still have it.
Failure, wasn't it? Yours. I don't know about mine.
Phone on now? Good. Microphone on?
I hear you very well, yes.
Fine. Okay. So, without further... Hello? Airport. Hey, your microphone...
Hey, hello. Here at airport, where we're at a series of interviews with arrivals here in this country. One of the gentlemen here in charge of greeting personages from out of this land of ours has told me that a great European theatrical troupe, which will be touring the United States soon, is arriving here from France, and we have just caught our eye on them over there, and I wonder if we could we just get through this crowd, people getting a lot of emotion, and I think you are the leader of this group, aren't you, sir?
America.
The famous Apostolaris impersonators, ladies and gentlemen.
Microphone.
Sure you've heard of them. They'll be appearing for the next 6 months here in the 8th. Sir, could I ask you a little bit about your group? You do impersonations of...
No, and then from there to maybe Los Angeles, we hope. Orleans.
That again?
Hey, Bob and Ray, Wally Ballou.
Yes?
I'm having some trouble. Somebody keeps kicking a microphone cord, and we're breaking in a new summer relief engineer.
Is that so?
So you speak closely to your microphone and keep an eye on your cord.
Maybe if I talk a little bit faster, it won't be cut so often.
Maybe so, yes.
Now, the leader of the Apostolaries is here standing with me, and just what impersonations do you do yourself, sir, or are you just the group leader?
Well, what I like to do is to, all of us, impersonate European people, personages, before the crowned heads.
Don't you think an act like this will fall flat on its face in this country?
Well, that probably will, and it probably will not. We were certainly advised to come here with this act, but and I hope that whoever advised us knew whereof, say...
Far be it from me to tell you to turn around and get on a plane and go back to France, but you are here, and maybe we can have a sample of some of that famous Apostolaris impersonations that you did. For instance, on my list, I see that you do the Marseille, France water commissioner of 1857. Can we hear what he sounded like?
Hello, everybody. This is the water commissioner of Marseille speaking to you in 1857.
Of course, we have to stretch our imaginations a little bit as much as...
There's very few people in your audience who would jump up and say, that doesn't sound anything like the water commissioner.
I'd like to compliment you, incidentally, on the very beautiful English that you speak. I have expected that your native tongue, French, would come through in your impersonations, but you've geared this for American audiences.
Well, it's, yes, you see, of course I'm an American born.
Oh, I see.
And I've just been over in France, and now I'm coming back with this act. See, I left the United States on the 2nd of May, and this is the 10th. I've been gone almost 8 days, so I wouldn't have picked up much of a foreign accent.
I understand. Well, I certainly hope you have a very successful tour here in this country, and if it's at all possible, we'll try to get to see you on one of your engagements. Now I see that our time is just about up here at the airport, and this is Bob and Ray's roving reporter, Wally Malone, turning you to our studios.
Thank you, Wally.
All the difficulties have been overcome now.
Hope so. Say, next we have Celebrity Snapshot. Do you have a copy of it?
No, I don't, but I'll follow you and listen and enjoy it, I'm sure.
Well, you have to participate. I'll tell you what, maybe if I put the paper or script here in the center, would that be all right? Folks, are you busy? Could you wait just a second till we continue there? Now.
How would that sound? Good?
All right. Right here, Bob, a word for the Saturday Evening Post. What happens when 20 Russian men and women are assigned the same apartment? Now, in this week's Saturday Evening Post, a man who lived behind the Iron Curtain reveals the shocking everyday existence of the Russian people. You'll learn the tragic consequences of their housing shortage. Discover if family members are forced to spy on each other, and what tricks Russians try when they want a divorce. Be sure to read How My Comrades Live.
Also in this week's Post, you'll meet Walter O'Malley, the highly successful and controversial boss of the Los Angeles Dodgers. You'll read why O'Malley really left Brooklyn. Discover how close O'Malley came to firing manager Walt Alston, how he answers critics who claim he's riding high on a team Branch Rickey built. Be sure to read A Visit with Walter O'Malley. It's all in this week's Post, on sale now. Get your copy wherever magazines are sold. To be an influential, keep posted. Read the Saturday Evening Post.
The Saturday Evening Post. Good word. Now then, coming up, we have another wonderful episode of One Fella's Family.
Oh, boy.
And now, as an important feature of the Bob and Ray Show, we bring you another episode of One Fella's Family. Today's episode, entitled Moving Day, is taken from book I, Chapter I, page 14, 15, and the bottom of page 27. As we look in on the family now, we find them making preparations to move. And we hear Father say,
Well, Fanny, we've got everything packed, but I can't believe that we're going to have to leave the old home.
Yes. It makes me sick just to think of it.
Well, we at least have got a nice place for them to move the house.
Fortunately, we had that lot purchased many years ago.
Yes.
Now all we have to do is to jack up our house here and move it along, I suppose.
The man from the highway department is going to be over here shortly with condemnation papers so they can put the new Seaview Skyway through here.
Yes, it'll be a nice highway. I suppose it is progress, but I'm going to miss... Oh, is that the door?
I think it was. I'll go see if that's the man. Yes, you looking for the butchers?
No. I'm the water commissioner of Marseille, speaking in 1857.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid we're not expecting you, sir.
I better go back to France.
It wasn't him, Fanny.
Who was it?
Wasn't the man from the condemnation department. Or condemnation.
Well, why would they condemn our house? I think that's the wrong...
No, they're
term.
condemning just the property our house stands on.
Well, they couldn't even condemn it. They're going to use it. I think it's the right... They're here with right of eminent domain.
There's somebody...
Giving us the bum's rush off our property.
Somebody else on the...
Oh, would you
at
get
the
it,
door.
please?
Yeah. Maybe the mayor of Aalborg, Denmark. Who knows? Yes?
I'm the highway department man.
Oh, we were
With
expecting
the
you.
papers for you to sign.
Yeah.
The
Some
state is
idea.
exercising its right again of eminent domain.
Yeah.
Do it once or twice a year just to keep it going. You know, if we don't exercise our right of eminent domain every 2 or 3 years, we lose the right.
Of course. Well, you don't want to
you
lose
knew that
that.
or not.
No, I didn't go it.
To sign this, Gaffer,
All right. Does Fanny have to sign it too?
can she read and write?
Oh, yes.
You a citizen, lady?
What do you mean? My parents and grandparents and the parents before them were here. Why, they pushed a trail west. My word.
Can the palaver,
Saw
Fanny?
your show on TV.
There you are. Here's your papers, sir.
All right.
Now, when will the men come to move the house?
That's not my worry. I know that we're coming to build a highway tomorrow morning.
Yes. Well, we better move fast then.
Anything in our way will go.
Yes. Did you hear that, Fanny?
He's discouraging, isn't he?
So long, old folks.
Better get busy right away and call the house movers.
Yes, because this is an important moving day.
Yes, it is.
Just read the script, actor.
I thought there was more there.
You have been listening to One Fella's Family, brought to you as an important feature of the Bob and Ray Show. Today's episode, entitled Moving Day, was taken from Book I, Chapter I, pages 14, 15, and the bottom of page 27. One Fella's Family is written and produced by T. Wilson Massey. This is a Massey production.
Here in our New York studios, we're always happy to throw part of the program open to questions from our audience, which varies by size from night to night, but usually there's a pretty good crowd, and tonight is especially good. I see a great many smiling faces and people who are looking as if they have questions for us. Anyone who has a question, like to raise their hand and just fire away. Ray or myself, the sound man, our director, our engineer, or our musical expert will try to answer it for you. All right, go ahead, sir.
Happens to your voice after it comes through?
What was that again?
What happens to your voice after it comes through the air and into our radio and we hear it? Where does it go then? Does it still go?
No, it just kind of
stop in our ears.
It kind of gets lost at that point.
Yes.
And
It's all right.
come right in. One of our helpers just arrived. So I can't tell you any more about that. They say that voices travel around in the atmosphere forever and ever, but I've never been able to prove it.
I've read that, I believe, in one of those science magazines, that a sound never really ends. It just goes and keeps going.
Yes.
Forever and ever.
And if you
Spooky, isn't it?
If you went far enough out, you might be able to recall the voice.
Man, way out.
You look way out. I thought you might be able to get the voice of the Marseille, France water commissioner of 1857.
I wonder how I could ever do that. I suppose it is.
It's
moving
there.
through the air somewhere.
Sure, it's out there. Let's have a different question from someone else. Who else? Yes, you.
Bob?
Yeah?
Besides Henny Youngman, who next is your favorite comedian?
Oh, I think Mel Torme stands up pretty well in my parade of personalities in that field.
Lawrence Welk, does it make you laugh?
No, he doesn't. I really dig him.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, maybe you have a difference of opinion. I don't know.
I was just trying to think, because he hit almost all of them. Henny, Lawrence, and then Mel.
Hey, I got a question.
I can't. Yes?
How many shirts and neckties do you fellows own?
You especially, Ray.
Well, yeah.
Because I've been here 4 times and I've seen you with the same shirt every night.
Well, this shirt is called a 1,000-mile shirt. It's a traveling salesman shirt. It's sort of a cream brownish color that it goes undetected as being used several times.
Yeah, I figured.
See, I mean, you couldn't tell whether I'd worn this shirt one day or
Well, I
4.
could because I've been here 4 days in a row.
But to answer your question, I have 3 of these.
We will have a word from the brass here in just 10 seconds. That word from the brass?
Wonderful.
Way out.
Till tomorrow, this is Ray Goulding reminding you to write if you get worried.
Bob Elliott reminding you to hang by your thumb.
The Happy Voiced High Lows guest again on Off the Gut for Time tomorrow on the CBS Radio Network.
74 in San Francisco.